Welcome back to my fertility series. If you haven't watched my explainer video and our first round of IUI, I highly recommend you go check those out first. In this video, we will be going into our second IUI journey. So round one didn't work for us, but we immediately decided to move on to round two. As mentioned, we were going to do 3 rounds of IUI. Not enough people talk about what this process is like. It moves so fast. When you get your period, that is day 1 of cycle. By day 3, you're already having to test for your next cycle. So you only almost have 1 day to just almost shake it off and get ready for the next try. There's like pros and cons to that because you almost don't have a second to grasp the failure of it, and your hope almost builds up again. The excitement of it all builds up again. You go through the same exact process as you did the first time. You're going in on day 3 for your baseline ultrasound and blood work.
They give it.
We also did the shot to trigger ovulation. I didn't explain semen collection and how that works in the first video, so I decided that I would explain it in this video. Your partner can go in by themselves. You can also get semen donation. The process is done the exact same way, but if you are going in with a partner, you do have to go in about an hour or so before. It's different and it varies for what clinic you're in. But we had to go in an hour before and they do the semen collection. From there, the semen is then, it goes through its process. It's prepared for the insemination. It's very important that you do your research because it's not like they're picking the best sperm from that sperm collection. That is something that I've heard that actually isn't true. They are removing a lot of the fluid that does interrupt the journey of that sperm, but they aren't necessarily like handpicking what the best sperm is. So that's really important to know. And then they do tell you at the start of your IUI, well, my fertility clinic did, how much sperm was collected. What you do during that time, that 1 hour, is different from person to person. We always liked to go eat, get some coffee. This second time around, we went to go get some Dominican food, some tres golpe, which was amazing. And then we would go back.
We were editing content to go up today while walking into our IUI.
And then we would immediately do the insemination. The insemination itself takes about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. The actual insemination part is so quick. It's almost like 3 minutes, if even that. It's more so of the prep. They talk you through it, you get ready, they inseminate you, and then you're just sitting there. My doctor said I could sit anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, we did it. I guess we can get up in like 2 minutes.
There isn't anything that scientifically backs you having to sit there, but it does provide a little bit of peace to women. We felt really hopeful this time. I don't know what it was about this time that felt really different from the first. And Mike was talking about how good he felt this time, and that almost made me feel like, okay, I think this is it. And we felt really good walking out of the room. And just as we were walking out of the room and about to leave the clinic, a nurse actually stopped me and took a bracelet off of her wrist and said that she felt like I really needed it. It's a pink bracelet that says hope on it. There's just something about that bracelet that has held me up in this journey. It's just a good reminder on my wrist that like, just keep the hope. We went back into the 2-week wait. This 2-week wait was a breeze for me this time because I had so much in the 2 weeks after the IUI. We had to go to New York City for my best friend's wedding.
By the power vested in me by the state of New York, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Just celebrate their love and really not focus, like take my mind off of everything that was happening, and having had such a tough summer, that was really a highlight and really was an amazing just weekend that really made me forget what I was going through. It was Hispanic Heritage Month at the same time, which is a really busy time for me with work. It made me honestly forget that I even had the IUI. By the time I got home, it was time to test. I decided to test early again. I didn't wait. It was negative, and I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling that it didn't work. Like clockwork, I got my period early again. This time broke me, just because it was almost like a reminder that I only had one more try left. I started to ask myself a lot of questions like, why me?
I just felt so good about this time. I felt so good. I thought it was it. I'm just so tired of this. It's like grief. It's grief for life that doesn't even exist. It's crazy. Because when you grieve someone, it's like you grieve for the love lost. And in this sense, I'm like grieving for the love that I can't get.
And thankfully, I had already been in therapy. My therapist really pushed for me to release the emotions and think it's unfair and be okay with thinking those thoughts. And I had to release. And then an opportunity fell on my lap that same exact week of attending the Bad Bunny last show of his residency in Puerto Rico. I was really hesitant because I was gonna have to go by myself, but my husband was just like, go, you need this more than ever. And he was so right. I had the time of my life, and again, having a moment to just almost forget what's happening, let go. It was such an incredible show too, like one of my favorite experiences of 2025. And that's a crazy part. Like September was such a beautiful month in terms of all the things that I got to experience. It's like this weird reality that you live of like, you're going through something so tough, but you're also experiencing so many good things at the same time and so much to be grateful for. And that's been so much of my year and what I've been going through of just like experiencing so much bad and experiencing so much good that it almost messes with you. It's really hard to fully enjoy a moment because you just remember what's actually happening behind the scenes. And then it's almost like you feel bad when you're experiencing the bad because you know there's also so much good happening. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So we moved on to IUI number 3. So many thoughts rush to your head as you step into like the last one that you have in your plan of it, like, what if it doesn't work? And that started to really hit me. And I just felt this pressure of like, I need this to work. Yeah, stay tuned for the next try.